Hello and good morning from my side. Um, I hope you have had a good journey this morning to come here. It's really a very, very outstanding place. I'm surprised to see something like this here, really perfect. Even in Shanghai, to be honest, I don't have a place like this. So it was really, really nice to see yesterday evening also. They have a nice restaurant here. And also I think for today it will be a very, very nice breakfast and also lunchtime for you. And I hope you also have some speeches which gives you some ideas and help you for your daily work or some inspiration. Yeah, I'm from Kesselböhmer. I don't know if everyone knows who Kesselböhmer is, what Kesselböhmer is doing. I will give you a short introduction what we are doing, but really only short. You see here the main products are architectural kitchen hardware for organizing the kitchen inside, the functionality inside. What we are proud of is market share. As you see in Germany, 75% of German kitchen producers are buying Kesselböhmer products. With distance, we are the number one. And also for the European market, we have a market share which is around 65%. So with distance, we are bringing the functionality inside the kitchen. Here are the key kitchen producers, well known all over the world. Poggenpol, Leicht, Alno, also brand names you know here in Vietnam, very famous all over the world. Okay, but what we are talking today is about kitchen history, some trends for the future, and therefore I will really want to start in the history long time ago. So what was the kitchen in the beginning? How did we start to cook? This is more or less all over the world, it's the same. It's not just in Europe like this. It's all over the world, it's like this. You can see here, it was just made by clay, just some fire in the ground. The interesting thing is that in these years, at the beginning of the people, of the human people, that it was always the family coming together and cooking together. So it was not that one small family with 3 or 4 people are doing this. These were a huge group of families coming together, cooking together. So even at that days, it was an event, let's say it like this. Yeah? You were not alone, you were always together with other people. This advanced a little bit then over the years, coming to the Romans, which have a big influence to more or less everything in technology and also for the kitchen. You know, water is coming, the water lines are coming from the Romans, the food heating is coming from the Romans, the toilets are coming from the Romans, and also the first real kitchen is coming from the Romans. What is interesting is what you see here is the fire is always on the worktop. Yeah? When you see here, this is just for storage in wood. It's not where you make the fire. So it's not an oven, it was not existing. All the years, and also later in the Middle Ages, which you can see here, the cooking was on the worktop. So you make a small fire there, you have the pot which was hanging, and then you can adjust the heat by adjusting the pot with a hook. The problem was, at that time, they don't have the chimney, so the smoke cannot go out. Sometimes they have a small hole in the roof, or otherwise the smoke is inside the room, so it was very, very smoky, very dirty inside, and the people don't really like to go to the kitchen. The kitchen was always a place which is a little bit messy and a little bit dirty, and yeah, let's make the women do this, and the men don't want to go there. Also later in the Middle Ages, it's the same system you see here, not an oven, still the fire is on the fireplace, but now we have a chimney, so the smoke can go out. Yeah. And at that time then, in the late Middle Ages, and then afterwards, it started to, that the kitchen, and especially the cooking, is getting more advanced. Yeah, you have this nobleman who were interested in better cooking, so the chef was starting to make recipes, and they tried to advance the cooking process itself to make more nice dishes. And based on this, the people need better kitchens and more functionality in the kitchen. That's why everything advanced a little. But still, no really oven. Yeah? You still see here the working plate and the fireplace where they make the fire. Yeah. The real change came with the invention of this oven. This was the thing where we first time have the fire which is cancelled inside the place, and we have the door, and then you can adjust the heat you need for the cooking process. You have iron rings inside, and then you can take the iron rings out, and by this you adjust the fire and the heat you have under the pots. This kind of oven was invented by a Belgian engineer for a German nobleman. Yeah? He has a castle, a small castle, and he wanted to have something special, so he invented for him this kind of oven. And with this kind of oven, then again, the cooking process advanced a lot, and we have the first time real kitchen, like you see here over there. Yeah? So you see different areas for preparing, you have the areas where you clean it, you have a lot of different material you need, pots and pans, all these kind of things which we have had not before, now we have it. So this was the first time also that, let's say that different zones were existing in the kitchen which have a different functionality. This were, let's see, the first kitchen cabinets. They were invented in the US. Looks for you nothing special, but this was really the first time that you have a cabinet which is made for use in kitchen, and you have special jars, special pots which were exactly made for the size of this kitchen cabinet. This is the first time that these components are coming together, and that the people have something special for the kitchen. Yeah? So, now we are coming closer to our area, 20th century. After 1900, many inventions are made, not only in the industry. The thing was that first time water was coming inside the house, and electricity was coming inside the house, and gas was coming inside the house. All these kind of things were before outside. So cooking was something with wood, maybe coal, but still the other things were not existing. Now we have it, we have electricity, gas and water, and it's coming by pipes inside. So based on this installation, we also can install special cabinets in the kitchen. We can have the first sink where you have the water running. All these kind of things are based because the building is changing. This is not because the kitchen has done it, it's because the building has new technology. And this technology has then an influence on the kitchen. But as you see here on this picture, it's still everything is separated. You have a separated oven, you have separated things. The style of the furniture has not really something to do with the kitchen we see today, but it's coming closer. The problem at that time was, what we see here is for rich people. Normal people don't have it like this. This is for rich people. And then we are coming to this very famous Frankfurt kitchen. One question, who knows Frankfurt kitchen?
Oh.
No one? I'm sure some of you know. Frankfurt kitchen is something everyone is learning normally when he's studying design, when he's learning something about kitchen. This young lady here, Mrs. Schütte-Lihotzky, invented the first integrated kitchen as a system. And this was 1923. So this is nearly 100 years ago. The modern kitchen, everything what we see today, everything what we have today, is based on Mr. Schütteli-Rottwil. Frankfurt Kitchen means this was a big project in Frankfurt. The idea was to have the same kitchen for around 10,000 apartments. And the size of the kitchen is 6.5 square meters. So similar to what Dominic mentioned before, what maybe will come up also here in Asia for the future, from 25 to 6 or 7. So this is exactly what they have had at that time. And you can see a lot of very nice features, which I will explain later. One information behind is also, at that time, the architect and the designer in Germany, they think they have a social task. So it's not just to make something nice and beautiful. Maybe you've heard about the German Bauhaus. Yeah, the German Bauhaus is exactly from the same time. Form follows function. Less is more, all these kind of things. This is coming from so-called Taylorism, which is coming from England. So the industry starts, and this designer and architects think they have a mission. They want to bring good quality for everyone, not only for the rich people. They think it's unfair that only the rich people can afford this high-end, sophisticated kitchen and furniture. They think it's something everyone should have to make his life better. Because work is hard enough, so they should enjoy their home. And they think because of industrialization, many things could be made in mass production. So you need a standard, and you should keep it simple so that you can produce it very easy and very fast. That's why they came up with this kind of idea of kitchen. Yeah? You should reproduce it very fast. You can make thousands of it without problems, and it's always the same quality, it's always the same style, and the people are happy to get something like this. This was the idea behind it. So just to show some features, you can see here, this area is the preparation area. This is a little bit lower, and you can see here is a small waste bin. So when you cut vegetables and everything, you can immediately wipe it inside the waste bin and pour it away. So very easy. Here, the sink has two parts, because in Europe we always have one sink is for preparing and cleaning the vegetables, and the other one is then for the dishes. So you can clean two things at the same time. Here, you see the shopping board. The shopping board you can move over the sink, that you have more space on the worktop. Yeah, something which now the kitchen producer will show you and say, "Wow, we have a good idea." It's 100 years old. Nothing new. Yeah, or the sink producer. This is coming from the pharmacy. The idea behind it is to have sugar and salt and wheat. Everything is separated, like in a pharmacy, and then you can take it out, because cooking is like recipes. You have ingredients. Yeah, you can take out very easy. Here you have the drawers. So the guys from Bloom are very happy. At that time they started to have nice drawers. Here you see the doors from the hanging cabinets. These doors are sliding doors, not with hinges, because hinges you can hit your head. So at that time they think no hinges. Lifter were not existing. Today you will make it with a lifter system. Yeah? But therefore they said, okay, we need sliding doors and with glass inside, so I can see what is inside. Another thing which is very nice, you can see it here a little bit. This is an ironing board. So when you have to iron clothes, you can just take it down. It's going here to the other side, and then you can ironing inside the kitchen. Yeah. Here is the oven located. A small chair, so that you can, during work, also sit. That is better for your backbone. Yeah, and even today there are still some of this Frankfurt kitchen in Frankfurt existing. And not only in the museum, of course they are also in the museum, but there are still some of them existing. Only problem with this kitchen was, it's a separated kitchen, and you cannot put your family inside. So the problem of, even at that time, was that the housewife wanted to take care at the same time when she was cooking also of the children. So a lot of people complain and say, I cannot see the children when I'm in this kitchen. And that's why there is a second step, which is called unit kitchen, which is more or less Frankfurt kitchen, and in the wall is a big window. And from this window you can see to the other side, to the dining room, where normally the kids are making their homework from school or something like this. So that you have the small kitchen, perfect functionality, and on the other hand you have the wall, looks through and can see the family. Because these two things belong together. It's never only just cooking. The woman always has more functions to do instead of just cooking. So this is a basic for everything. Yeah? So please keep it in mind. When you see that the modern kitchen, which then started in Germany, you know, in Germany we like production. That's why we like standard. So this kitchen concept was perfect for Germans because they can standardize then the size of the cabinets. We have this 150 millimeter system, yeah, 150, 300, 450, 600, 900. The height is fixed for everything. We have a norm. Yeah, this is very nice, but sometimes also not so flexible, to be honest. Yeah, I'm living in Asia, and sometimes it's killing me that it's always everything is according to rules. A little bit flexibility is sometimes a bit better. Yeah. Okay. Then the last step came. The modern kitchen, which also was presented a little bit by Dominic before, so that we see the kitchen and the living room, they are coming together. The kitchen is very big. It's the center of the living space and all these kind of things. To be honest, in Europe it is like this, and in some Asian countries it's also like this, but it's not everywhere. It's very different. Here you can see some trends about the color, about the shape of the kitchen. I think here are a lot of people from kitchen industry, kitchen designer, they know it much better than I do. This is from the last fairs, just some pictures. When you're interested in this, I'm sure we have this Eurocucina trend report, which is in your bag, which will come later. There are a lot of pictures inside. So this is not a Kesselböhmer catalog, because this is boring. This is just a picture book with a lot of information about the latest Eurocucina fair, because not everyone has the possibility to go there, and you can find some nice pictures how it's looking like. So let me give you some look to the future. We have heard about the kitchen is getting smaller. Yes and no. Of course, there will be always very rich people who have very huge kitchen. Especially in Asia, we have this double kitchen system, which is very nice. Dry kitchen and wet kitchen. So the rich people, they have the dry kitchen for show off. No one is cooking inside, besides opening a bottle of wine. That's why they use Gaggenau. And for the real kitchen, where they are cooking, which is very, very small. Sometimes in Singapore, it's just on the balcony, stainless steel, nothing inside. There, the RE, the maid, is really cooking. This we will have in the future, definitely, and we also have here in Vietnam sometimes. It will be much more technology coming, so electronic, much more, because this is a trend for everything. When you see at your mobile phone, what your mobile phone can do, also in the kitchen, more and more sensors here and sensor there, and everything can do alone. But at the end of the day, you still have to cook, sorry, no one will do for you. Even the sensor cannot do alone. From the design itself, it's like with clothes. Yeah? the years are coming back. 1 year is more white, 1 year is more brown, sometimes more curves. Yeah, but it's coming back. Most important is functionality. This is definitely a trend because people are cooking in the kitchen, and the kitchen is more than just the front. So functionality is definitely the key to success. It's like in your car. You don't buy a car because of the nice shape which is outside. The car defines you inside. Yeah? This is a perfect car. This is the same with the kitchen. So now when we go to Asia and compare Asia and Europe a little bit, because the people always think, oh, Asian kitchen is so different to European kitchen. And also here my answer for this is yes or no. I don't write here from which country it is. Any guess which country this is? Pictures? Japanese. Typical Japanese kitchen is very, very small. Just one line. Worktop depth is not 600 like we normally have. They just have 400, 500. Sometimes the second line, but the second line is just putting some dishes inside. So very, very small kitchen, very functional and very ugly. Really unbelievable. Besides, rich Japanese, they buy the European style kitchen. They buy very often then from Europe the kitchen. But the typical Japanese kitchen you can buy locally. Whoa, 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 whoa. So this country, what do you guess?
China. China?
China, exactly. Chinese kitchen. Yeah, this is something from the Middle Ages. Yeah, and the others are still existing. Yeah, this is countryside. Food is great, I can tell you, but I can sell nothing from Kesselwürmer, so I have tears in my eyes. They like this kind of kitchen, dark wood, solid wood, huge. Yeah, this is typical. But the real kitchen in the normal households, the normal apartments, 8 square meters. This is the standard, 6 to 8 square meters. Standard kitchen in China. This country, Indonesia. Typical is what you see here, yeah? Made of stone. And you just put a frame in the front with the doors. You see this very often here in Southeast Asia. Because of climate condition, and it's much, much easier also when it's flooding, the water is coming up. Yeah? You only have to change the doors of the whole kitchen. Yeah? You can find it in Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, everywhere here. China, no. They don't have it. Next. Korea. In my opinion, the Koreans have the most advanced kitchen. They have so much electronic inside, unbelievable. For everything, they control really everything in the house. Air conditioning, so they have a central panel, and there you can control everything. Light, air conditioning, the bathroom, temperature, really great. So at the end of the day, to be honest, it's not the kitchen which is different, it's just the cooking habit and the food habit. This is the only thing which is really different. And based on this is the usage of the kitchen different. But you also need a place for preparing food. You need the space for storaging things. You need the cooking place. Okay, in Asia more with gas and not so much with electricity. In Europe more electricity. And of course, we have some items here in Asia, which in Europe we don't know. Yeah, here for rice, the rice box. When I show this picture in Germany, they don't know what it is. Do you know how we eat rice in Germany? It's a small bag, like this. A small bag. And in this bag, the rice is inside, and this we put in the boiling water. Boil it for some minutes. Take the bag out, cut it, and then we have rice. But this rice is not sticky like normally the rice is here. It's corn by corn. So when you want to use chopstick, forget it. It's not working. Or you are very good with chopsticks and can eat really corn by corn. The next thing is steamer. Germany, no steamer. Coming slowly for people who think about healthy food, they will use it. Sterilizer. In Vietnam, you are using also sterilization. Small. Europe, no one knows it. Cooking, most of the time only 2 flames. Yeah. Then rice cooker. In Germany, not existing. No rice cooker. Therefore, in Germany, we have a dishwasher. Also, always funny here in Asia when you say dishwasher for what? I don't have so many dishes at home. I want to clean it immediately. I don't like that there is detergent on the plates because it's chemistry, and I don't believe that it's really clean. So they don't want it. So many pots and pans normally are not used here. Porcelain in Germany is 1 porcelain for every day, 1 porcelain for Sunday, and 1 for wedding. So 3. And every set consists of 12 plates. Glasses, 1 glass for white wine, 1 for red wine, and 1 for whiskey, 1 for water, 1 for alcohol, glasses. So we have much more things we have to store. In Asia, we don't have it. We don't need this. We are more practical. So if you want to drink a glass of wine, you can do it from a cup of tea, maybe tea, no problem. Yeah, also the way of storaging, when I show these pictures here with the jars and the tins in Asia, the people think, oh God, can you really eat this kind of food? This is not healthy, and the taste is not good. Because here what we are doing, every day we go to the market, every day we buy fresh things. Yeah, it's normal for us. So we have different things we have to store, and different things we have to take care of. But at the end of the day, the functionality you need in the kitchen is still the same. It's just different things you have inside. Yeah, coming back to centralized and decentralized storage. All the things which are made in the 20s of the last century, which Mrs. Schütte-Johotzky did with her Frankfurt kitchen, were based on really analyzing the working process in the kitchen. And as a kitchen designer, kitchen professional, I think you know this kind of things. So first was, they analyzed how much walking you have in the kitchen. So they put a red ribbon on the angle of a woman, and then she was walking while cooking through the kitchen. And then you can see how many kilometers she is making in the kitchen just because of all these things are in different places. It's not in one place, it's always a little bit here, a little bit there, and then running. So you see it here. And in old times even there was a cellar where you have to go downstairs because you don't have a refrigerator. The film is coming here, but I think I'm too long, like always, I'm talking too much. Next thing is, that's why we call it mixed double, is refrigerator. How many years do we have the refrigerator? 20 years in use. Before, what did we do? But now, can everyone from you, or someone imagine from you, not to use the refrigerator? Would you ever buy a kitchen without a refrigerator? No, you would not do. It's a standard. Yeah? So this kind of things develop and then they are standard. So it's very easy. When I'm visiting you and saying, hey, come on, I'm so thirsty, do you have a beer? And then you say, okay, Frank, no problem. Go to the kitchen, help yourself. So I go to the kitchen, there's a fridge, I go there, there's a beer. Very easy. Yeah, now you prepare a tea for me or coffee, and I said, oh, can I have some sugar? And then you also say, oh, no problem, go to the kitchen, help yourself. And then, disaster. I'm searching half an hour to find a little bit of sugar. So why the kitchen is not organized? That's why we said, why not to have a cabinet? And it's not a question if it's a big one or a small one, this depends on the family. But why not to have a centralized organization system? Yeah, so for the fresh food, you have the refrigerator. For the dry food, you have another storage solution. And this is something which you also have seen before. This is a magic triangle. Also, everything is in form that you can have short ways. And also here, the zone concept, you have also seen. The friends from Bloom, I think, later will also introduce it again. This is made by Schütte-Lihotzky, so this is nearly 100 years old. Not Bloom invented this, not Kesselblumer invented this, not the kitchen industry. This is made 100 years ago. The idea behind this, and this is what you can see here, is you have always different zones where you do something, and in this zone you also have to store something.